everyone, this is Sarah. So today we are going to be talking about the importance of clean water and specifically the dangers of tap water these days. So we're going to be talking about why we need clean water, also the common contaminants that are found in tap water and their effects on our health, as well as what type of water we should be drinking anyways. So let's just dive right in. We're going to be talking about the common contaminants in tap water and their health effects. So the number one contaminant would be fluoride. It is actually purposefully added to water specifically for dental reasons. That is the number one and only reason why it is added to your tap water. Actually, a dentist in Colorado found a city that actually had naturally higher amounts of fluoride in their ground drinking water and found that that town also had smaller amounts of dental caries. So with this, basically, dentists pushed for this mass fluoridation of water in the US just to help protect teeth, although correlation does not technically mean causation. So with that, basically it's just number one reason is just to prevent cavities. Unfortunately, there has been no revisions since that time, which was in 1945. And basically, even though it's been proven as a dangerous toxin, there has been no remediation since then, and it has continued to add to about 3/4 of all American water, as well as water throughout the entire world. So in actually 1997, the Center for Disease Control, or the CDC, actually issued a public warning about fluoride, specifically in toothpaste, and said that if any amount of fluoride containing toothpaste was swallowed, to contact a poison control center immediately. However, if you consume fluoride from toothpaste, it's extremely dangerous, but if you drink 8 glasses of fluoride containing tap water a day, it's supposedly beneficial. That doesn't really make very much sense, so let's talk about it. So why is fluoride so bad? So even at the recommended 1 part per million, it's actually a very strong neurotoxin. It can reduce IQ in children and cause behavioral issues. It can also weaken your bones. It also can lower your immunity, making it harder to fight infections and actually basically perpetuate the development of autoimmune conditions in the future. And it also affects your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is basically where you make all that amazing and beautiful melatonin that helps you lull you to sleep at night. So if you're not making melatonin, you are not sleeping. So fluoride affects the pineal gland, which affects melatonin, which affects your sleep. Last but not least, your pineal gland, which is affected by fluoride, also regulates your hormone system. It connects your hormone system to your nervous system and helps your body communicate. And specifically, it helps development of sexual organs, sexual glands, just general sexiness. So fluoride is the number one killer of sex drive, I think, in tap water. Also, last but not least about fluoride, the main form of fluoride is actually called hexafluorosilicic acid, and it's actually on its material safety data sheets. It's actually listed as being corrosive to metals as well as corrosive to human tissues, and the fumes or vapors inhaled by the type of fluoride that they're adding to our water can actually cause severe burns and pulmonary edema. And remember, this is undiluted, but since it is still diluted in the water system, does that mean that it's safer? Absolutely not. So the second common contaminant that we see is actually chlorine. Chlorine is actually added to water to help purify as a disinfecting agent. It actually does a really good job of it. It's added both pre and post treatment to kill certain microbes, but unfortunately it's also very toxic to human body system. So it actually can develop cancer, can cause premature skin aging, asthma, all kinds of things. It's actually regularly consuming chlorine, specifically in tap water, is actually associated with birth defects, specifically cancers of the breast, rectum, and bladder. And one study actually published by the International Journal of Cancer in 2006 actually implied that chlorinated tap water is the number one cause of bladder cancer in men. So chlorine in water is not okay. There are many safer methods to disinfect our water, but unfortunately the CDC, or the Center for Disease Control, will not update its recommendations due to very heavy lobbying on both sides. Chlorine is extremely cheap and they don't want to change that. So other types of chlorine compounds are perchlorate. It's actually an additive for rocket fuel and explosives, and it's actually a major nervous system toxin that actually inhibits brain function and development, as well as another chlorine-based compound which is called perchloroethylene. It's actually a solvent used in dry cleaning. It's actually shown to cause liver and kidney damage as well as cancer. And it's actually, its main action is actually triggering tumor formation. Another type of common contaminant in tap water is actually pharmaceutical drugs. So something else that you can find in your water is actually prescriptive medications. So a lot of people don't know that the United States particularly consumes 75% of pharmaceutical medications out of the entire world. So we are a very drugged up community, and so with that, that means that when individuals are taking these pharmaceutical drugs, they're excreting a large amount of it in the urine, which is going back into the groundwater systems, which is then coming back into our city water. And so with this too, unfortunately, many of these are actually not even tested for, and so by city officials, and so we're actually consuming them unknowingly, which is actually pretty bad. So things like antibiotics, things like sex hormones, like a lot of estrogen, things like mood stabilizers, antidepressants. There are so many different types of pharmaceuticals that could be really messing with your biochemistry and your body chemistry in general. So basically, last but not least, if you're suffering from energy imbalances, any type of nervous system dysfunction, if you're lacking sleep, if you just can't seem to get healthy or stay healthy, it is imperative that you drink clean water. So the best type of water that you can drink is actually getting a home filtration system of some kind with a multiple step process in terms of cleaning your water. So the best would be to get like a water that is distilled, as well as a secondary filtration method like a carbon or charcoal filter, as well as something like a UV light. So as many steps as possible to purify your water. There's many water refill stations all over in your city as well, because sometimes bottled water actually does contain those plastic, leaching plastic into the water that can affect your hormones. So clean water is the best for your body. It is so important that you drink clean water because water is what runs your body machine. You need clean water to work. Your brain has tons of water, your blood has tons of water, your literal body is literally water. So you need clean, not drugged up water in order to feel good and also stay healthy. Your body's main detoxification system uses your bowel movements and your urine as a main detoxification system. So if you're adding more toxins back into your body every time you're drinking water, it's going to be very hard for your body to get rid of the toxins you already have. So I hope you liked this video. Just to share a little bit more, please research these things on your own. I do want to let you know to stay tuned for my next few videos. We're going to be talking about how to get better sleep and also some ways that you can lose weight without changing your diet. It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.